What's good, BFM? This is Big Tone coming at you from Big Tone Productions, Beats and Feast. You know what time it is. It's time for another cooking video. And today, we're going to do a very easy Greek style chicken and potatoes, lemon chicken and potatoes. Guys, if you've never had this before, oh my God. I'm not a big lemon fan, but when it mixes with the chicken and the potatoes, woo!
So good.
It's awesome, guys. But you guys got to try this. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. If you like it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications. Make sure you share the video. Let's get started with the Greek style lemon chicken and potato. Supporting cast, pretty simple. Start with the protein, of course. We got chicken. I'm using 2 large split chicken breasts, and I'm using chicken wings for the biggest reason because they didn't have chicken legs for whatever reason. But we like chicken wings, so we're going to use those. So that's what I got for my chicken proteins. So I'm going to set these aside so you can see the rest of it. Alright, I got 5 lemons here. It only calls for 4, but I'm going to use 5 because I love the lemon flavor. I got 3 just regular russet potatoes. These are large jumbos. If you got smaller ones, you probably want to use 6 of them. And then the biggest thing is the spices and the oils that we're using. So, of course, we got my minced garlic. I'm using some honey, some Dijon mustard. You can use any kind of mustard. I just like the Dijon. Of course, you got to have olive oil. This is Greek. And we got some fresh rosemary, and that's because I had it on hand. I'd use regular, dried rosemary if I didn't have this. Got some oregano, some thyme. I'm also going to use a little bit of Italian seasonings. Got a little bit of all that in it. Some butter, of course. Salt and pepper to taste. And I'm using 1 bouillon cube, chicken bouillon, and about a cup and a half of water, maybe a little bit more, depending on how I see how thick the marinade comes out. So this recipe starts with a marinade. We're marinating the chicken. That's what we're going to do first. So let's get started making the marinade. First thing I'm going to do is put my liquids in there. So in my food processor, I'm going to start with my olive oil. We're going to put in about, say about a half a cup of olive oil. And then we're going to put in about 3 to 4 teaspoons of honey. There we go. And then we're going to add our Dijon mustard. We're going to put about a teaspoon and a half of that in there. Then we're going to jump over to our garlic. Our minced garlic. You can use fresh if you want. I just prefer the mince. Makes it a little easier. I'm going to put in about 2 tablespoons of this. Alright, and then we're going to put in the juice of 2 lemons. Oh man, this smells good with that lemon. Ooh! You know what? I'm going to put a 3rd lemon in this. I want this to be lemony. I love the flavor of lemon on chicken. And so you can put as much as you want in. It depends on what you like the taste of. So the recipe is just a blueprint. I am going to put a little bit of the zest of the lemon in here. I don't have a zester, but I'm taking this off just a little bit of the rind, not any of the white part though. I'm trying to leave the white part out. Try not to get too much of the white part. It becomes a little bitter at that point. All right. So to the mixture now we're going to add a little bit of rosemary. Actually, I'm adding quite a bit of rosemary to it. I love rosemary. Just the fresh rosemary smells so good right now. Probably about 4 stalks is what I'm going to put in here. There we go. And we're going to add a little shake of oregano to it. About a teaspoon. A little bit of thyme. About a teaspoon. Oh, don't let me forget my bouillon cube is going to go in there. We're going to chop that up in there. And then we're going to put in our Italian seasoning. We're going to put in about 1.5 teaspoons of that. And then we're just going to place the lid on it. And we're just going to mix it up. So since I'm losing a little bit of this juice, I'm going to add another lemon and some water and some things on top of it. But that's all the marinade. Let's pour it on top. So we got our chicken here. We got our marinade. So we're simply just going to pour this marinade over the chicken. Just like that. And I'm going to add, because I lost a little bit of the marinade, I'm going to add another lemon in here. Alright, so this part, you got to get your hands dirty a little bit. So now we're just going to mix this all up in here. Try to get it all saturated down in there. Alright, so to that marinade there, I am just going to cover that with some aluminum foil, or you can use shrink wrap if you like. And I'm going to put that in the refrigerator. I'm going to leave it in for a couple hours, maybe 3 hours before I cook it. But overnight preferably, but if you don't have that kind of time, you can actually cook it right away. Just the longer you marinate, the better and the more tender it's going to be. So, we're going to cover that with some aluminum foil. Get this in the refrigerator for a few hours, and we'll come back with the cook. Let's start on our potatoes here. So I cut my potatoes up in little, I guess, triangle shapes like this. No reason, it's just kind of like the way I like them. I got them soaking in some water. We're going to drain that off, and then we're going to start these on the skillet, on the stovetop. First of all, so let's go over there. Right, so I got my cast iron skillet on here, and we're just going to brown these off because you can't really get that brownness in the oven on your potatoes. So we're going to go ahead and brown these off. I got about 3 or 4 tablespoons of and I'll do these in a couple batches here. But we're just going to get some nice color on them. That's pretty much all we're doing. Just getting some color on them. Not cooking them all the way through. Just some color. So we're trying to get all one layer. So we're going to let those cook up. And we're going to go over here and look at our marinade. Our chicken been marinating for a couple hours. So there's the chicken. I pulled it out of the refrigerator. It's been marinating for a couple hours, which is perfectly fine. Overnight would be best, but I don't have that kind of time. So we're just going to let our potatoes cook here and get brown. And then we're going to put this all together in a 13x9 casserole dish. Potatoes are off. So I got my 13x9 cooking casserole dish here. Now the whole time, and I'll put this on the video, you preheat the oven at 400 degrees. Alright, so I'm pouring my potatoes in. You can see I got a little bit of color on them. And we're just going to put a bottom layer of potatoes. That's basically it. Alright. And then we're going to go over here and we're going to grab our chicken. I'm going to start with my breast right here, because those are the largest pieces I got. And then we're just going to fill in the rest of the pan with my wings. Kind of move that over a little bit. And I think I got room for one more down here. Yep, there we go. We'll get them in there. Alright. So all my chicken's there. My potatoes are there. So I'm going to take this marinade that I got and we're going to drizzle this over the top. Don't waste it. There we go. That's enough. Perfect. Alright, next thing we're going to do is add some butter. Put on a couple pads of butter here. Make sure we're keeping it nice and moist. About a half a stick of butter is what I used. And then we're just going to top it with some lemons on top. Just like that. Alright, last step, which you guys are probably going, I didn't see you do any of that. Some salt and pepper. A nice healthy dose of salt over the top of the chicken. And a nice healthy dose of black pepper. Alright. And just for the sake of it, put a little bit of Italian seasoning over top too. Alright. So there we go. Now I'm going to cover this up. And this is going to go, like I said earlier, 400-degree oven for about 45 minutes. And then I'm going to take the aluminum foil off. Cover them up. After the first 45 minutes, I'm going to take the aluminum foil off. And then we're going to cook it for about another 30 minutes. So it can brown up nicely. So, I'm going to pop this in the oven and I'll see you by the magic of YouTube in about 30 seconds. Oh, less than that, 2 seconds. There you go. Greek lemon chicken and potatoes. Just out of the oven. So I took the aluminum foil off for the last 35-40 minutes. Got the nice brown on top. I'm going to plate it up for you. You know how I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for that bite. Homemade Greek lemon chicken and potatoes. Got a little vegetable on the side. Some broccoli and cauliflower. Woo, you know what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting to get a bite. Homemade Greek lemon chicken and potatoes with a little side vegetable. You know what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting to get into it. I'm going to give me a bite of potato first. That lemon flavor's all through it. Get some chicken. Breast is nice and moist.
Got him!
Oh man, guys. You gotta try this at home. For sure. Hey, do me a favor. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, make sure you share the video, and hey, this is Big Tone signing off. Peace.